Hello everyone, Cap here, and welcome back to some more Mechabellum. I had my most insane game ever. Like, actually, I've never had a game that was this intense and also this long. It lasted 13 rounds. Without spoiling anything, let's get into it. I am starting as Rhino Specialist with Arclights and Stormcallers. My opponent is Elite Specialist with Crawlers and Stormcallers. I started picking Rhino Specialist every now and then, just to get used to it. As you might know if you've watched my previous videos, I keep saying that I don't really play Rhinos, or I very rarely pick up Rhinos. And also Rhino Specialist in particular I never picked, but I started to do so just as, well, some defensive Rhino action can be pretty good. And here we see my opponent went for aggression and aggressive Stormcallers as well. Stormcallers right in front of the tower at the line, and they could take the tower for free because I didn't have anything in front. I did not expect this. I could have expected this, to be honest, but I didn't. So why I could have expected this is because my opponent is Elite Specialist, and Elite Specialist, most people play aggressively, so on the line, or close to the line at least. And yeah, my opponent started with Stormcallers, so both those facts combined could have led me to the conclusion that my opponent would do this. However, even with the tower debuff, my Stormcallers just MVP. Did you see that? that one barrage killed all 4 Stormcallers. That was pretty sick. So even with the tower debuff, this did not work. I'm expecting my opponent to sell the Stormcallers this turn, but I'm not sure. So just in case, I probably want to put something in front of the tower. And I picked up the Nano Repair Kit because it's an awesome item for the level 2 Rhino that I'm going to get next round though, so no use for it just yet. And my opponent, by the way, went for level 2 Mustangs, so yeah, this is also kind of popular when you're Elite Specialist. So either you spam Fangs or you spam Mustangs. Seems to be the way to go with Elite Specialist. I never pick Elite Specialist because, well, Elite is only actually decent if you play aggressively, in my opinion at least. And I don't really play aggressively, so yeah, that's why. And here we can see my opponent went for 2 more packs of level 2 Mustangs. So this is already starting to be a little bit problematic. Level 2 Mustangs, pretty good. My Arclights and Stormcallers though, keep them in check a little bit at least. Not quite enough though. Left tower is falling once more. I still have my Stormcallers on the right though. Maybe they can be MVP once again, but it doesn't look like it with the tower debuff. Mustangs coming in. And yeah, taking down. Oh, one missile still hit. But yeah, it's not enough, I think. Well, tower debuffs. Let's see actually how this works. Would work out in my favor with the timing. Can I get the tower now? I can. Yes. And with the help of the tower debuff, I can finish those. Or rather, my Arclight can do so. By the way, I noticed this game in particular that I don't have armor on my Arclights anymore. I put on the EMP tech upgrade on the Arclights to disable tech and took off the armor. I really did not like it this this match. I noticed I really miss my armor on my Arclights, so I'm probably going to put it back on, to be honest. Picking up Orbital here to hopefully take down the Mustangs. And here's my Rhino. I'm putting the Rhino in front of my Mustangs, so the Rhino can take, or can tank all the shots from all those opponents' Mustangs. And then hopefully this will be enough to turn this round in my favor. Especially with the orbital. So I'm feeling kind of good about this round. I'm getting another Stormcaller actually. So I already have the plan to kind of spread out a couple of Stormcallers and go for fire eventually to deal with the Mustangs. Also adding some more crawlers. Crawlers are actually really good against Mustangs. They are good chaff. They buy a good amount of time. My opponent went for some flank crawlers and some more Mustangs, of course, in the front there. Also some level 2 crawlers, which are actually a bit annoying in the middle. Because I only have a level 1 Arclight there. And yeah, left side, because of the one crawler flank, all my units were pulled away. And my tower was open, so the Mustangs could push in towards my tower. However, my Rhino is going strong, especially with Nano Repair Kit. Even without, these Mustangs have a hard time taking it down. But with the Nano Repair Kit, yeah, there's no way they can out DPS that. So my Rhino is cleaning up. Good enough. I didn't actually pay attention to the orbital, but I feel like it didn't hit that great. There were still a lot of Mustangs coming in. Deployment Specialist. I feel like especially against aggression, Deployment Specialist is quite important. Because your opponent will probably use the flanks on both sides and surround you and everything. So you need to react to multiple threats on all fronts basically, and yeah, just having an extra deployment for that can be very good and very important. I'm selling my level 2 Rhino here and putting out a level 1 Rhino in front of the crawlers in the flank. That one Rhino will be enough to take down those crawlers, especially if I give it Whirlwind, which I'm thinking about, to deal with all those crawlers super quickly. Whirlwind is so good against crawlers. But yeah, already, by the way, I'm so out of my comfort zone for multiple reasons. So getting pushed aggressively is already uncomfortable. And mass Mustangs, I really hate playing against. And I am playing Rhinos, which I never do. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting match. Let's say that. I already know that this is very weird. My opponent is going for some steel balls now in front of the Mustangs. So it looks like classic Mustang steel ball stuff. And yeah, the steel ball is just taking care of my Rhinos now. Mustangs kind of starting to get out of control. Stormcaller's doing a lot though. So if the Stormcallers hit, they can actually turn this in my favor. But yeah, they are not that dependable, or you can't really rely on them, especially against fast moving units, and my opponent has all fast moving units, so crawlers, steel balls and Mustangs. Lightning Storm looking interesting, but at the same time I don't want to overcommit to actives and like short-term strength. I'd rather invest in something that gets me through more rounds, and I picked up the defense card, so all my units have 30% more HP. And now I'm starting to put... So the Rhinos are dying anyways to the steel balls, and with this positioning, at least they can instantly take down some crawlers before they die. Kind of useless the nano repair kit now. Still putting it on there. Probably should have put it on the bottom left Rhino because it doesn't die right away to steel balls. So that was a slight misplay, I guess. But it doesn't matter that much. Rhinos are going to die anyways. And I'm upgrading my Stormcallers, by the way. So the regular hits of the Stormcallers are also quite important. So they can actually take down the Mustangs, but also obviously the steel balls. I kind of need the damage. I don't have the strongest damage, especially against the steel balls. And I'm adding some more crawlers. Because once again, I think crawlers are really good against Mustangs. Really good chaff. My opponent added 2 level 2 Rhinos on the right side. Good thing I added more crawlers there, because also these Rhinos are now kind of getting stuck on my crawlers. Otherwise they would have taken the tower already, I'm pretty sure, if I didn't add crawlers over there. And my Stormcallers on the left hitting a lot. So as long as my opponent cannot push in quickly enough and take out my tower quickly enough, my Stormcallers can actually deal with most of my opponent's army. Especially the leveled Stormcallers, of course. Taking down those Mustangs super quickly. And yeah, so far so good. Very close rounds, not a ton of damage coming in. Going for the Rhino drop here. My opponent is not protecting the flank here. And also the towers are not upgraded either, so they don't have additional health. And this might work out. So 50 credits for this, or well 100 if you consider the cost of skipping. It's worth it to potentially win around here for kind of free. And I'm adding another Rhino to deal with the crawlers on the right there. And now I'm getting the fire upgrade on the Stormcallers. So I'm hoping the Mustangs are getting dealt with now. So I'm taking the crawlers out with my Whirlwind Rhinos, and then the Stormcallers should hopefully take down both the steel balls and the Mustangs. And the Rhinos as well. So basically everything. I'm relying a lot on my Stormcallers at the moment. But I also added some Mustangs myself to clean up all the straggler units and all the small units in general that are anywhere. My opponent just leveling units, added another Rhino and Mustangs I think, and also got a range on the Mustangs. And the flank is not protected, so my Rhino is coming in now. However, my opponent also 3 Rhinos now with the photon emission upgrade. Or photon coating upgrade rather. Mobile beaconed towards my tower. However, I have so many crawlers that just block the path. And actually my Stormcallers dealt so much damage to those clumped up Rhinos. And yeah, my leveled arc lights. So I'm also leveling my arc lights whenever I can here, because they actually, it makes a difference here. So they can last a bit longer against the Mustangs, but also so they can one-shot Mustangs. It makes quite a big difference. But yeah, once again, I really wish I still had my armor enhancement on my arc lights. Would have picked it up for sure. So it's quite close at the moment. And I don't really have a long-term plan, to be honest. I'm just thinking, okay, trying to deal with whatever comes turn after turn. So Rhinos in front seem to be good. Quickly taking care of the crawlers and then have enough chaff to block so my Stormcallers can basically do most of the rest. And now, just to be safe, against all these Rhinos, I'm adding some level 2 vertical steel balls. Vertical is good because my opponent might go for whirlwind, and then the steel balls don't all get whirlwinded right away. Or also self-destruct. I don't think, well, vertical doesn't really matter for self-destruct, not right away, but next upgrade on my steel balls would be range, and with range then it also matters. So they don't all die to the explosion. And I'm getting the tower upgrades here, by the way. One tower upgrade on each tower because of the aggressive push of my opponent. And my opponent went for the self-destruct upgrade, the final blitz on the Rhinos. So yeah, that's something I need to deal with now as well. And they are actually quite annoying. On the right side, these Rhinos, when they explode, they're going to take down everything. Also, by the way, explosion deals damage to the tower as well. Doesn't really matter. It's actually punching the tower and taking down the tower. A fire helping against the Mustangs, but it's not like they instantly die or anything. So, not quite enough. But yeah, the Rhinos are now my main problem, to be honest. Mustangs, of course, also super strong, but I first need to deal with the Rhinos properly before I can turn my focus back to the rest of my opponent's army. Orbital off cooldown. And I'm leveling my Rhinos, and I'm also giving my Rhinos the self-destruct upgrade. So I am defending fire with fire now, kind of. So self-destruct versus self-destruct. I'm just trying, so the goal here is to, for one, they could take out steel balls there on the left that are still left. But also, more importantly, I want to take down the Rhinos. It won't be enough just yet. So I will need more Rhinos to deal with my opponent's Rhinos. But the goal is that the Rhinos explode away from my tower and away from the rest of my army. If I can achieve that, then I might be in a good spot once again. That being said though, I'm super uncomfortable here. Playing Rhinos and then also now exploding Rhinos against exploding Rhinos and all that. It's so weird to me. I don't think I've ever had a match like this. So I'm very out of my comfort zone here. And yeah, my Rhino exploded. Did a lot of damage to my opponent's Rhinos, but it's not enough because of the photon coating. And yeah, Rhinos still getting through to my tower, so it's not quite enough just yet. Also, these leftover Mustangs, they also keep leveling, by the way, so they are level 4 Mustangs or something now on my opponent's side. And they are also very problematic. And 2 Rhinos still exploding though, so that's good. Some damage mitigated there. I think one of them burned down from the fire or something, and then also exploded and exploded the other Rhino as well. Picking up charged ammo. It won't work against photon coating, but as soon as the photon coating runs out, it's helping. But also in general, it's so cheap, and on unleveled Mustangs with range, it will be good overall in this matchup. I'm pretty sure. And I'm adding more Rhinos. Level 2 Rhinos. More self-destruct. More whirlwinds. And my opponent also has some units in the right flank now, by the way. Some crawlers and a Rhino. So I'm putting my Rhino just in front of those. So, still the problem though, for one, my opponent's Mustangs are leveled higher than mine. But also the Rhinos are partially leveled higher than mine, but also they have photon coating right now. So still I'm behind here. The one thing I have going for me, and the one thing I'm thinking might win me the game overall, eventually, maybe, is the fire on the Stormcallers. That could make a difference. So if my fire can take down enough Mustangs, my Mustangs might be enough to deal with the opponent's Mustangs, and all these Rhinos exploding everywhere. Boom, boom, boom. Everything goes down. All Rhinos down now. So it was actually enough at this point to at least deal with all the Rhinos, but now it's still the Mustangs that are an issue here. It's close though. Left tower fell. Right tower, Mustang's getting stuck. So the tower health upgrade actually providing some support for some time. And Stormcallers shooting fire on the ground. Fire, by the way, still deals full damage, even with tower debuff. So fire is really, really good. Also in a my opponent saying funny game. Yes, indeed. Very funny, but also super weird match here. And I'm getting the heavy armor. The self-destruct Rhino deals damage equal to its health, to its max health. So it really helps to have additional health on the Rhino, and I'm putting it, or I put it on the one Rhino there in front of the potentially level 4 Rhino on my opponent's side. So I really need the extra damage over there. And I'm adding more Rhinos. So I want at least one Rhino in front of every Rhino of my opponent. And also my Rhino drop is off cooldown again, so I'm trying to get another tower. On the right side it's only level 2. So it will still take a couple of punches, but could still get the tower there. Let's see. Also, I think last turn already my opponent went for the AP upgrade on the Mustangs, armor piercing. So they deal more damage now. Also reinforcing the Mustangs basically. Getting temp range, so my Mustangs hopefully can win the Mustang versus Mustang battle. And I'm also getting AP. So yeah, last turn I was able to take down all Rhinos, and I hope I can do it again this turn. And then with additional temporary range, I'm thinking I might win the Mustang versus Mustang, especially with the help of fire on the ground. But let's see. 2 more Rhinos added on the right, and with mobile beacon are moving in towards my tower. And they might actually get there, let's see. Rhinos exploding. Left side, all exploded. On the right, nope. This extra. All Rhinos exploding, but also taking the tower. So everything exploded there in a moment. And yeah, so right side was a bit problematic that it came through there. So once again, I didn't fully win the Rhino war. I actually don't know the interaction here. I think the photon coating applies before the EMP comes down, so I'm not picking it. I'm actually not sure on that, but I think that's how it works. So I did not pick the EMP. Otherwise it would have been really good against my opponent's Rhinos and everything. Picked up laser sight instead, putting it on some Mustangs. And now I'm finally also getting photon coating, so my Rhinos can last a bit longer and maybe get some more punches in against my opponent's Rhinos, so they actually also die. And just in general, having my Rhinos stay alive for longer, really good, so my Stormcallers and my Mustangs can get some more shots off before all the Rhinos explode. And I'm leveling my towers once more. Also something new, I never leveled a tower to level 3, I'm pretty sure. And I'm getting another level 2 Rhino here. Putting it in front of the Rhinos on the right that were added last turn. So they can't move through once more. And I still had 100 credits, so I was a bit slow. My opponent got another upgrade on the Rhinos, so additional health as well as they can't get slowed anymore. And all the Rhinos exploding once again. It's so funny to see the Rhinos exploding all at the same time especially. And yeah, boom. All Rhinos go down, but also take down my tower with the explosions. So on the right side though, I still have a bubble, a couple of Mustangs and some Stormcallers. So they are trying to defend this. Also with the level 3 tower, it holds out for quite a while. But, well, the Mustangs are so high level now on my opponent's side. Even a level 3 tower is getting taken down kind of quickly. Considering range specialist for the Mustang versus Mustang face off. And yeah. Picking up the range and leveling all my Mustangs. And leveling my towers once more. I have level 4 towers now. Quite a lot of health on the towers. However, it's actually not that great because of the exploding Rhinos. So if an exploding Rhino gets too close, it will just take down the tower. But it works at least on one side in the end when there's only Mustangs left. And I'm adding more Rhinos left and right to reinforce those sides there, where my opponent has multiple Rhinos. So they can't move in anymore, I hope. Maybe this is finally enough of a wall of Rhinos to stop my opponent's Rhinos, but let's see. Also added another Stormcaller on the right there. Just some additional firepower and fire on the ground. And here we go. My opponent went for some Overlords now and mobile beaconing them in on the right. However, my Rhino's in the front. I'm saying that's illegal because he just went air and it just went for Overlords. I thought we had a Rhino Mustang face-off. But it's actually not enough. The Overlords not really doing much. And my Mustangs taking quick care of those. Also, I did have enough Rhinos now on both the left side and the right side to deal with my opponent's Rhinos. So they went down kind of quickly and could not do the damage that they did the last turn. And I actually won this round kind of decently. So I did some damage. Still only 800 damage or something, and we are in round 13 now. So this entire match is so weird. Round 13 and so many Rhinos against Rhinos. And backed up with Mustangs, of course. And it's time for some actives here. Orbital coming down. And I picked up the Iron Blast. So trying to do a little bit of damage to some Rhinos on the left there, but mainly I want to take out the high level Mustang packs. They're a bit too far apart, so I think I can only get like 2 packs or something, so it's not that insane, but at the same time these Mustangs are so high level and they have items, so it's still worth it in my opinion. And putting down barriers everywhere. My opponent also has Missile Strike, so I don't want to give my opponent some free Mustangs to snack on. Leveling my Rhinos, so they deal more damage. And adding some more Mustangs as well. And temporary range. Temporary speed as well. So this, yeah, any round could be the last, so getting temporary buffs, really important. And here we go. Iron Blast taking down the Mustangs as it's supposed to. I'm opponent for a War Factory, by the way, with Missile Interceptor. Trying to deal with my Stormcallers so they can't take down the Mustangs, but, well, with my actives this turn and my Rhinos being high enough to take down my opponent's Rhinos super quickly, this was not enough, and this was not the right call. I'm not sure what my opponent could have done there, but yeah, I'm saying, what was this game? It was so weird. I never had a game like this. Yeah, funny for sure. It was a good game. It was a good game. I never had a 13-round match, I think, or at least I can't remember. Yeah, look at all these Rhinos and all these levels on the Rhinos and the Mustangs and all these explosions. It was glorious. Yeah, this was very fun and very odd. Very different kind of match. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. I definitely did enjoy this one. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.